Good evening, folks. Welcome back to Chris Wyatt Reports. The verdict is out. A jury in Connecticut has returned a judgment against Alex Jones from InfoWars for $965 million, a chilling judgment against an individual. Took an individual who doesn't have that kind of wealth. A court case against Elon Musk or Bill Gates or Larry Ellison, that kind of money. But $1 billion against someone is not worth anywhere near that. Raises all sorts of questions. First off, this case was prejudged. The judge claimed that Alex Jones didn't turn over information to the plaintiffs in discovery. She made a summary judgment against him and found him guilty. Simple as that. And so the only test before the jury here was how much they're going to punish Alex Jones. Now, this raises all sorts of troubling questions. What is this about? Well, Alex Jones apparently spread all sorts of conspiracy theories about the Sandy Hook shooting back in 2012. Families took exception to it in 2018, started filing lawsuits against him for damages. This sends a very chilling effect across free speech. Personally, I never heard of Alex Jones until just before January 6th, to be honest, of 2021. I only heard of him a few months before that, after the elections. First time I ever heard of the guy. Never really paid much attention to him in his InfoWars. Didn't really pay much attention to it. But nonetheless, here's the bottom line. The CNN and the Washington Post have just posted articles about this. And both of these, they're saying the very same reputational damaging things about Alex Jones that he said about these private individuals. Now, here's the difference. If Alex Jones is, in fact, a media person, a media outlet, then he has a responsibility and he is governed by the Constitution. He has freedom of press, but not recklessness. So what's really going on here? What is this all about? Well, let's take a look at what some of the things said. First off, this is what's said in one of these news stories. Far-right talk show host Alex Jones will have to pay 8 families of Sandy Hook elementary school victims and one first responder and FBI agent $965 million in compensatory damages, according to a jury. Now, this is likely to doom the InfoWars media empire. It's a multi-year process began back in 2018 when families took legal action against Jones and his company, Free Speech Systems. The newspapers say that Jones basically said again and again after the shooting in which 26 people were killed, the incident was staged. The families and the first responders were crisis actors. And the plaintiffs throughout the trial described the poignant terms how the lies had prompted unrelenting harassment against them and compounded the emotional agony of losing their loved ones. Because some guy got on a podcast and said something about you. The bottom line here is that InfoWars likely and his free speech system is unlikely to have this kind of money. And so these people never see this judgment. It's a ludicrous judgment. Yeah. Now, according to the judge, Jones refused to share crucial evidence, including financial records and data on traffic to his websites with the plaintiffs in the case. Judge Barbara Bellis entered a default judgment against him, holding him liable for defamation. But this case is a bit troubling. First off, the conduct of Alex Jones is a bit troubling. Let's start with that. I don't know why this guy felt the need to run around and claim there was conspiracy about Sandy Hook. So it's a shame that Alex Jones chose this behavior. It's a shame that he continued to purvey this for a number of years. But more to the point, $965 million is ludicrous. If this jury had returned a verdict of $3 or $5 million in each of the families, then that would have been reasonable. But the families here who claim that they've been defamed and harmed are profiting immensely from the suffering they claim to have gone through. And that's just horrific. Now, the families didn't get the judgment, so I can't blame the families, but the whole process is ridiculous and Orwellian. She determined defamation because he didn't turn over financial records. That doesn't prove guilt. It's contempt of court, if anything. It's not guilt. Summary judgment, that's spiteful. Seems to me that Alex Jones probably has some sort of basis for an appeal on this because the judge awarded a verdict against him, not for the facts at hand. The facts of whether he slandered or defamed someone, that isn't what she talked about. She entered a summary judgment against him based on his non-cooperation, which, if anything, is contempt of court and nothing more. And that doesn't affect the family. Anyway, so we'll see what happens here, but this is just an absolute ludicrous judgment of $965 million. And it makes people wonder, Anyway, no empathy for Alex Jones or InfoWars, but also some grave concerns about the nature of these juries. This is a ludicrous judgment. And it sends a chilling message to anyone who dares to say anything or raise any questions about something that seems questionable. Sad situation for everybody involved.